In 1962, Ojibwe artist Norval Morrisseau exhibited his work at the Pollock Gallery in Toronto. This exhibition was groundbreaking as it was one of the first times that Indigenous artists were being featured in contemporary galleries across Canada. Not only that, he sold all of his works on the very first night. From that moment on, Norval Morrisseau was in the spotlight of Canadian art. Norval Morrisseau is the creator of the Woodland School of Art and one of the most well-known Indigenous artists in Canada. His art is instantly recognizable through his use of bright, bold colors, heavy black outlines, and the X-ray views of his subjects. His colors are powerful and healing, and his marks are expressive and intuitive, having been applied liberally on the canvas. The black lines in his work not only unify the composition, but represent connectivity and the relationship between all things. Depicting spirituality, oral traditions, and visions, his works carry important, meaningful messages to the viewer. While he was initially criticized for breaking traditional rules and sharing ceremonial knowledge in his works, Morrisseau eventually became celebrated as a leader in Indigenous contemporary art. Morrisseau was born in Beardmore, Ontario in 1931, and in keeping with Anishinaabe traditions, he left to live with his maternal grandparents in Sandpoint Reserve. His grandfather taught him about Anishinaabe cultural traditions and practices, and his grandmother taught him Catholicism. Both of these would become very important in Morrisseau's art practice. At the age of 6, Morrisseau attended St. Joseph's Residential School in Fort William, which is now Thunder Bay. This experience left him with emotional trauma that he would deal with for the rest of his life. At age 10, he left the school, preferring to spend his time drawing and learning from elders. As he matured, Morrisseau began developing his skills as an artist, being inspired by petroglyphs, birch bark scroll images, and the oral traditions he had learned about. At age 19, Morrisseau fell critically ill, and his family arranged for a healing ceremony. It was at this time that he was given the name Copper Thunderbird, considered powerful and healing. He also came to sign all of his works by that name, written in Cree syllabics that was taught to him by his wife. As he continued to build his name as an artist, Morrisseau began seeing commercial success in the 1960s, during which time he held his historic exhibition in Toronto. Sault Ste. Marie hosted Norval Morrisseau in 1968, where he exhibited at the Centennial Library. The Honorable Ray Stortini assisted Morrisseau in setting up the exhibition space, finding a supplier, and a place to stay while he was here in the Soo. Though Morrisseau had offered Ray Stortini one of his works as a thank you for his support, he declined, eventually buying 3 works at the end of the exhibition. These works now sit in the permanent collection at the Art Gallery of Algoma. In 1969, he held a solo exhibition in France, which added to Morrisseau's credibility as an artist and established his international reputation. This was also when he became known as the Picasso of the North. In his pursuit to challenge perceptions of Indigenous art, he also became an advocate for emerging artists. Daphne Ojig, Jackson Beardy, and Alex Janvier exhibited a groundbreaking exhibition at the Winnipeg Art Gallery in 1972. And following that success, they invited Norval Morrisseau, Eddie Kobenis, Carl Ray, and Joseph Sanchez to join them, where they formed the Professional Native Indian Artists Incorporated. The group also became known as the Indian Group of 7 by the press. The group enabled the artists to talk about their practice, hold group exhibitions, and most importantly, promote the understanding and recognition of Indigenous art. Morrisseau continued to have many exhibitions over the years, and in 2006, the National Gallery of Canada held a retrospective of his artwork. This was one of the first retrospectives of a contemporary Indigenous artist held at the gallery. He passed away the following year, but his legacy and impact on contemporary art continues. In 2020, in partnership with the Indigenous Friendship Center, the Art Gallery of Algoma held a photo shoot of ribbon skirts and shirts alongside works by Norval Morrisseau from the permanent collection. Norval's works complemented the beautiful applique and colors of the traditional skirts and shirts, and their presence brought the exhibition to life.